Let's dig in on all of this by bringing in our chief Washington correspondent, George Stephanopoulos, for the bottom line. George, good morning to you.
How's it going today?
All right. Well, let's take a look at what happened in Virginia and New Jersey, particularly the independent vote, which seems so interesting to me this morning, because we know Senator Obama won it a year ago, but 2-1, the independents were now going Republican. What does that mean?
In both states, Diane, this is really, really important. Independents now are the largest voter group in the country. They outnumber Democrats. They outnumber Republicans. And if you look back to the last three elections, 2006, 2008, and last night, these independents have become the predators of politics, and incumbents are their prey. The number one issue out there right now, Diane, is the economy. Look at the exit polls in Virginia and New Jersey last night. 89% of voters said they were worried about the economy in New Jersey. 84% said they were worried about the economy in Virginia. That's what's on independents' mind, and the successful Republican candidates last night really focused on that.
And, of course, jobs a big issue in the campaign in Virginia. But let me ask again, digging in a bit on the economy, it seems it's not just concern about what's going to happen in the days ahead, but concern about the deficit being built up. What does this say to the White House about, for instance, health care at this moment?
Well, I actually asked the White House official about that this morning, and they're going to try to push hard on their argument, but that by addressing health care, you are addressing the problem of the deficit in the future. Now, that's going to be a hard sell with some of these, especially moderate Democrats in the Senate, who are very wary of health care right now. So last night, the Democrats got a mixed message on health care. They actually picked up a vote for health care with that congressional race up in New York 23, getting another Democrat in the House. Speaker Pelosi needs every Democrat she can get. But I think the election results last night will give pause to some of the Senate Democrats who the White House needs to vote for this health care reform bill.
And we talked about that congressional race in upstate New York, where Sarah Palin and Rush Limbaugh intervened. This morning, there's a statement from Sarah Palin which says the cause goes on. Don't get cynical. But what's the bottom line on what happened there?
The bottom line is that when there's a civil war inside the Republican Party, a Democrat can squeak through in a district that has not gone to the Democrats since about the Civil War. So this was a big surprise for the Democrats here. I think it was a big loss for Sarah Palin, a big win for the Democrats who poured it on in those final days, especially Vice President Biden, who came in the final day. But I know that this war will now continue, as Jake suggested. We'll see Senate primaries in Illinois and in Florida, but I think a lot of national Republicans will step back and say, if we don't get this under control, we're going to squander a big opportunity next year.
Okay, George, and we've got a few other developments I know you know about from election night. In Maine, you probably heard about this. Voters were voting on gay marriage. They decided against gay marriage, 53 to 47%. Down south, Atlanta is now headed for a runoff in the race for mayor. The leading vote getter was a councilwoman who would be the first white mayor of Atlanta in a long time if she wins next month.